Let me tell you what I think may be the grandest illusion of life. It is this, that my success in life is largely determined by factors that are beyond my control. This is the grand illusion that compares your life to a train sitting on railroad tracks, and God or fate or karma or some set of circumstances forced on you against your wishes has laid out for you a set of railroad tracks, and you are helpless to do anything but follow them to a predetermined end. It's fatalism, it's victimization, and it is an illusion. It would be very easy for you to say, well, you know, I could have found my career in coaching both personally and professionally rewarding if it weren't for the clients. The clients have ruined this entire profession for me because they're so unreasonable, they're so fickle, you just can't get them to sign on the dotted line. They won't do what you tell them to do, so don't tell me to have a great attitude on the job, Mr. Fancy Pants. Motivational speaker, I can't because of the system. The system. Have you seen that toolkit? It's like this thing. There's no way in the world you can expect me to do what I'm supposed to do with a great attitude. Now, folks, I'm not saying that any of these things are illusions. They may be quite real to you. But even the reality of dealing with circumstances that are beyond your control can grow into a crippling grand illusion in your life if you allow it to do so. It becomes a crippling grand illusion when you allow yourself to believe that because you are a victim of circumstances beyond your control that you are therefore helpless. That because you can't change the past that you can't seize control of your destiny. Even if your whole life went into the toilet, it won't. But even if it did, you could still have a great life because you get to choose your attitude and your actions. The best example I can think of is James Brady, former press secretary to President Ronald Reagan. James Brady just happened to be in the way on March 30th, 1981, when John Hinckley opened fire on the president. In this photograph, Hinckley is hidden in the crowd just beyond the police officer. This is James Brady just to President Reagan's left. And this picture was taken just about 30 seconds later. James Brady is the one with his derriere facing us. One of those bullets penetrated Brady's forehead just above his left eyebrow, and as it was designed to do, exploded on impact and shredded his brain. So severe was that injury that all three networks erroneously reported him dead. And 3 decades later, until his death just a few weeks ago, James Brady was paralyzed on the left side of his body, slurred his speech, suffered loss of short-term memory. Can we all agree that James Brady was an innocent victim? He didn't deserve what he got that day when he just walked out of a building minding his own business, as you and I have done hundreds of times ourselves, and probably a couple of times today. Can we all agree that he is a victim in worse shape than anyone in this room is, and hopefully ever will be? Would anyone argue with the statement that being shot through the head is a worse fate than having the Eagle Project rolled out late? Would anybody trade places with him? Would anybody say, yeah, we'll let him try working with Terry Powell for a couple of years. See how he likes them apples. He'd change his tune in a New York minute. No, we would all agree that he is a victim in worse shape than we are, and hopefully ever will be, but did he have a victim mentality? Not in your life. I saw him interviewed by Barbara Walters about 4 years after that terrible shooting. By then it had become clear to all that that one stray bullet, not even intended for him, had taken away his ability to walk, his ability to play ball in the yard with his children, to remember things, to control his emotions. It had taken away not only his dream job, but his career and his ability to have a career. And Barbara Walters asked him, Mr. Brady, are you bitter? Till my dying day, I don't think I'll ever forget his answer. He smiled with the half of his mouth that still worked, and he said, no. I learned a long time ago, you have to play the hand that's dealt you. Sometimes there may be pain in that hand, but you have to play it, and I've played it, end quote. What a beautiful answer. You don't get bent out of shape that the guy across the street got a royal flush and you got stuck with a pair of threes. You play your pair of threes with all of the enthusiasm, the excitement, and the motivation and inspiration you could possibly muster, and that's the key to a happy life and usually to a successful one as well. And one of the most wonderful serendipities of this life is that even though at a poker table a royal flush always beats a pair of threes, in life it's not always that way. In life, a pair of threes played with enthusiasm and motivation and excitement and determination will often beat a royal flush played without those things.